Smiling Faces, the podcast, is a Defiantly Me production. To learn more, visit them on Instagram at Defiantly Me Productions. There's something so special about having like straight guy friends because they'll say the most blunt, wild shit. And so I was like, oh my God, he deep cleaned my apartment. He was like, what? And so I did the list. I listed
Probably need to go put it on him.
Well, he said something even crazier. He literally...
Just saying.
So I listed all the things that he did in my apartment, and my guy friend goes, "That be crazy."
That was the second thing. But my wife is sitting right here. But I probably would have said that to you if we were one-on-one. She was sitting.
Welcome back to Smiling Faces, the podcast. I'm Victoria Dunn.
And I'm Jess Anguiano, and we are the executive producers of Smiling Faces, our hit show about two girls who discover they're dating the same guy while working at a toxically positive spin studio.
On this podcast, we provide you with unfiltered conversations and answer the question, instead of self-care, why not revenge? Ooh, how has your week been? Mine's been chaotic.
Oh my God. Listen, I'm on the Hot Mess Express today, as you can see. We're going purely unfiltered. I have not brushed my hair. I was on a 5:30 a.m. flight this morning. I have done nothing but travel. I have not relaxed or sat down. And this week before today was like riding a freight train through a snowstorm. Like,
good.
Just... Yeah, on fire, electric and on fire. Yeah. Sounds like yours too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because my my time of saying no didn't take, mostly because I didn't do it. So damn near said yes to everything that came across my desk. So yeah.
Okay. Casual.
Yeah, so I didn't do anything I said I was going to do for protect myself. So here we are.
So what are you doing? You're doing Legree. You're doing your full-time job. You are producing this podcast. You're producing a TV show.
Mm-hmm. I have
auditioning.
Yep, it's going to be my Smiling Faces moment. I had 2 rushed auditions I had to throw in at the last minute. I am dog sitting. I have the other podcast that I do with Kate, and then at some point trying to see Whole Foods and trying to have at least 2 square meals a day. It's not taking.
What if if something could give, what would it be?
No.
The word no, we're aware the word no is gone from your vocabulary. The word no is not happening. Yeah,
genuinely don't know what could leave my life at this point. They all feel prevalent.
Sometimes we're just holding on to life with 2 full hands, just being like, and then life will drag you where you need to be and dump you where you're supposed to get off at.
Yeah, totally. I will say I did have a lovely evening. It's not really like an update situation for show stuff, but it is like film and stuff adjacent. I went to like a mixer for the Oscar Michaud Film Festival because a friend, the one who's going to be shooting the scenes for the pitch video the pitch video, has 2 different projects in the film festival. So he was kind of like, hey, do you want to come to this mixer and meet people and yada yada? So I went to that last night. That was another time I didn't say no, but I will say I was better. Right. I do feel like I was better for it, though, because I met a lot of really great filmmakers. I reconnected with people that I hadn't seen in a while. I was like, oh, shit, you remind me your name. I love you. But that was good.
That's always the best. You're like, you run into people, you're like, I know you, but I don't know why I know you. The film and television world is this big. It's so small. So
totally. Which it turns out that the degree of separation for both the people that I had that with were from the same person in 2 different contexts.
Like you met one person from, person A, you met through a central nucleus of a human, and then you met person B, same human, but different worlds.
Yes. So from Joy, who was in our teaser trailer for Smiling Faces.
And did she read?
So one person.
Did she read?
And she did. Oh, she did not read, but
You
she
made that up.
teaser trailer at least. Yeah, all good. But met one person at her birthday years ago at a pottery thing. And then the other person I met at a Pilates event that she had for a fundraiser. She has a company celebrating like Black women in cinema called Black Girl Cinema Club. So, and I was like, oh, I know your face. And she was like, I know your face. I was like, let's figure it out. And then we got there.
I love that.
Yeah.
That kind of networking always, those people I feel like always pop into your life just when you need them too. So I wonder how reconnecting with these people is going to be for you.
I know. I feel like also we might get some good connects for people with smiling faces also, because I will say the cinematographer Donovan is such like a big champion of our show. It's kind of crazy. So literally every person that I met, he was like, and Victoria's an actress, but she also is producing this amazing web series. Tell them about it. And I was like, yeah. So like literally
Shout
everyone
out
I talked
Donovan.
to. I know. Literally every
Thank
single
you.
time. He was like, tell them about smiling faces. Go.
Thank you, Donovan. Thank you for the shout outs. And we'll share all of your projects as well. So Donovan is who we're in talks with to shoot the 2 teaser scenes that we're doing.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant cinematographer. So I know it's a man, but they. So it feels fair.
Listen, we aren't anti-man here.
No.
We just love creating spaces for people of all walks of life.
Exactly. But also POC. So we still get something. There's still points there.
Yes. Yeah. And we don't have to explain ourselves.
We hire who we hire. Fuck you.
We just did that. We created the whole drama and resolved it all at once. Fuck you. We're going to hire whoever we want.
Yeah, just for you guys to end up with,
right.
Yeah, we're just going to do what we want anyway, which is truth. I was like, where are you guys going with this? Not sure.
Now, I would feel the need to explain if we had just like a sea of Chads working on it. That would feel weird.
Yeah, no. Well, listen, a sea of Chads would never work on this project.
Well,
because
there's also that.
There's no references to Quentin Tarantino. There's no Rocky montages. Is there a reference to Quentin Tarantino?
No, there isn't. But I saw a preposterous video of him that just surfaced where he's on like 106 in Park on BET, and he talks so weird because he's surrounded by Black people, and it's the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen, because he's like trying to talk about Django Unchained. He's like, and then Jamie brought their friend, and all of a sudden Rick Ross is there, and I'm like, oh snap. And I was like, what is happening, Quentin? Like, it was so weird.
Quentin to start. Quentin.
Right. It was
we
crazy.
Reel it in? Wow.
Yeah. It was tough to watch. Yeah.
It's always tough to watch.
I consistently find anything related to Quentin Tarantino tough to watch. I am not a fan. I know. Don't shut the podcast off because of it. No.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you though. I got your back, because I don't understand he's done 10 films. He's not a pro. His work rate is way too low for me. Like.
And how many times do you have to kill Bill? Like, who is Bill? Why is Bill being killed all the time?
Couple.
Like,
I also am uncomfortable. That is also true. I'm also uncomfortable supporting a white guy who writes the N-word in his scripts as many times as he does.
Yeah, fair. It's tricky because I mean, like, he is one of those people that is such a film buff. And so, like, a lot of his stuff, he does admit it himself that he's very referential of other people's things, from like Japanese filmmakers, Korean filmmakers, all the things. So he's very well aware of it, but it is weird. I mean, I know he's trying to justify it as like, I'm writing of the times of that language, but I'm like, but must they all be the N-word?
Correct.
Like, couldn't one be like my comrade? Like,
it's like all. And I'm like, bro, at some point, do you not get uncomfortable when you're typing this, bro?
Like, I'd like to see a copy of the script. Like, is he typing it out, or is he like in dash 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 dash? Like,
I have to tell you guys, I keep promoting this. We need to get a cisgendered middle-aged white man on the show, he could answer your questions about Quentin Tarantino's mind in this process. The audacity that comes from somebody who sits and writes that word. I'm just saying, like, you have to get their perspective if you really want to know the answer, because it's a level of audaciousness that I'm sure can be explained, and I'm dying to hear what it is. I mean, I could take a stab, but why, when we could just like pluck one and have them speak to it?
Right. I mean, he, Lord knows, tries to explain it, but he's kind of the same way that we were about, like, we can hire who we want. He was like, fuck you, I write what I want. And we're like, okay.
I guess you get to do that when you have like giant film franchises. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, Steven Spielberg has a whole story out there about like sneaking through a window of a studio and like faking that an office was his in order to like get a job at a studio. And it's all untrue. So
I was going to say,
he didn't get arrested?
Right.
See,
he should have.
It's just not a real story. Like, it's like,
oh, it's one of those where it's like, I had 37 cents in my pocket for some reason, loose change in my pocket. And then I got a call and it was James Cameron being like, hey, kid, be a blue person avatar. It's like, that doesn't happen. And why'd you have loose change? Like, these stories are ridiculous. Like, the marketing machine of like, you have to be destitute before you finally get your big break. Like, knock it off.
But breaking and entering, somebody would have gotten arrested.
Yeah.
How come he didn't get arrested? B&E on a studio?
It was a different time.
Okay. Not for us.
Okay, wait, but we are getting way off topic here. What are our updates? We got to talk about, we are planning on, we have a loosely penciled in date for shooting our evening shoots. And I think that's in 2 weeks. We have to go back to the calendar and look.
Yes.
We're a week out. We're a week out from yes. And so we're going into pre-production for these night shoots. Ideally.
Yes.
We're
ideally seeing what everyone's. So they are looking into it. I feel like I'm going to keep like leaning to that. Be like, see, it's fine. Allies.
Good work.
I'm just being stupid now. But no, but genuinely like such a brilliant cinematographer. I'm so hype. But yeah, so seeing what thoughts are. And then, I mean, one location locked. I did like another pan of spin studio locations, but I was also thinking of a way that could be cheated, because we don't really need like the full scene of like the second one. You know, it also can be just like quick shots of like a character and then like reactions, because it's going to be interspersed between, you know, like the pitch of it all, the talksies of it all. So like for the final pitch video. So we might be able to find some ways to cheat being in a proper spin studio, because every spin studio on Pure Space is proud of themselves.
That's the smartest thing, is that technically we don't have to show an entire spin studio to give a vibe or show the aesthetic of the cinematography. So many people think, okay, I am writing a script about being in my childhood bedroom, so I have to go back to my childhood bedroom. It's like, no, you don't. You just need a corner. You just need like a weird rerun. This is my childhood bedroom. I'm literally in my childhood bedroom right now. Like, I don't have to go back to that space just to retell the story. You just need some corner of a room with like a headboard, you know? It's about the character and what they're saying. And our location is definitely a huge part of the story. This toxically positive spin studio is a huge, it's totally. So the important thing, however, is that we're nodding to it, we're acknowledging it, and we're also just using the best of our resources. That's why we've been looking at Victoria's Pilates studios as options to shoot. And then the other thing of it all is, of course, we're going to make all these plans and then everything changes anyways, right? Like, we're going to find the right corner of the right studio, and then we're going to have to change it.
Totally. Of course. Of course we will. But at least that. So, I mean, we got the plans.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like loose plans at best. But actually, no, have like a full blown, like, this is mapped out, everything's perfection. And then you're ready to pivot because you have the tight plan. No loose plans.
Yeah. Wait, I was
I'm
actually going to ask you, speaking
under-caffeinated.
of loose plants, I was going to ask you, because of loose plants, I was going to ask you, what's happening with the rewrites? Because I know that you have been taking an additional stab at like deepening the story. And where are you at with that? And tell everybody.
Yes. So we like did a sit down. So one after the table read, we got like notes from everybody. And then we as producers sat down and did another like pass of like integrating their notes and doing different stuff. So because my laptop was bitten by my sweet baby angel, Andre Benjamin, I've been handwriting the notes until I get a new laptop. So that's been fun. So I have tightened some things and then I've like gotten like kind of notes together and like how to map through the progression of like character arcs for each character on just like loose paper because that's how we're working right now. So I'm not integrating my entire life into my work laptop for when I hopefully leave. And I can be like, take it. But yeah, it's all like handwritten. But yeah.
You're going to leave. You're going to leave
Yes.
because that's why you're training to do. You're becoming a very high end Legree Pilates instructor. So you're
Exactly.
making moves.
Yeah. But essentially, yes, the pass through the pilot episode has been the handwritten like changes of things and then notes to self of like integrate this into these future episodes to like fix things is how I've got it. So first episode, yay. Second, TBD.
I think the first episode is fine if that's all you get into. That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah. And also just like tidying up some things. I feel like.
Yeah, because you have so much going on right now.
Right. But also I think like I also get into like this weird space where I want to incorporate the things that we talked about. And then I notice every time I read through something, I'm like, oh, I think because I've read it so many times, then like a certain line isn't funny to me anymore. And then I want to take it out. I'm like, you have to stop tweaking like little bits because then it's going to get like so just sanitized. I was like, oh no. So I'm trying to like calm that down too. Because I realize I can always do a pass and find other things like constantly of like jokey jokes.
You're gonna be able to do like, yeah, you're gonna be able to do like punching up and stuff easily. You're gonna be able to punch that up like easily, even on the day of new jokes are gonna come out live.
Right. Well, I think also some of it, I know I'll also be talking to DP for this and for the actual like final shoot. But I realized how much I feel like storytelling is done from inserts of like eyes. I don't know. I feel like some of that I want to kind of incorporate and not like telling people because I know they say not to like direct in your scripts, but I feel like part of that is a bit of the storytelling to an extent of like if we see this then we know because on a sidebar I went and saw him and I feel like some of the character arcs that they wanted to have throughout that or like understanding where the character's mind frame was would have been so helpful if we even saw like a cut to Cameron Cade's eyes and him being like narrowing his eyes. And you'd know like, oh, he's at least suspicious of this. So we can move forward with what we're doing. So I feel like some of those inserts are important to have.
I think, honestly, I think I don't completely agree when people are like, writing how to direct it in the script. I think, especially when we're in early days where we're still pitching and we're still getting the idea of the story and all that across. So I think that's fine. I think that's just fine.
So at least, okay, that's good to know. I feel like there's so many rules of storytelling, which I saw one recently too that was very fascinating. Someone uploaded pages of the script from A Quiet Place, and it was fascinating because they basically broke every single rule under the sun. Like they built suspense in their script where like they would have 20 pages with like a line on it a piece.
A line of what?
Like a line of like saying action steps. So like you'd be on a page and be like, I don't know, like John is walking. And that'd be the only line on that page. And you turn the page and it would just be ... Turn the page closer ... Closer ... Flip. And then you like turn pages. It was fascinating.
I think I'm trying to remember. I feel like the Stranger Things script was like that when I read the pilot episode of Stranger Things.
Yes, they did something kind of similar where they built suspense through it, and they also incorporated pictures, which so did A Quiet Place. So they broke every rule under the sun.
Oh.
They basically
You can
created
do whatever you want.
Yes. You basically create a vibe on the page is what they did. It was so cool.
That's what we did when I have another writing partner. I know that we've spoken about the how dare we? You have another podcast partner. I have another writing partner, and it's just scandalous. We're like very much cheating on each other creatively. But we that's okay. Mike has like 5 other partners. Okay, so
Whore.
Y'all weren't the first. I'm actually cheating on my other ones with y'all. So you're the other woman. You're the side chick.
Oh, but ain't nobody do it like us, baby.
Get out of here.
That's right. That's right. Who's gonna
Just
love
don't
you
kill
like
us.
we do?
Just don't kill us when your wife finds out.
I don't know. The Clarks love me pretty well. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure would be a shame if someone had a baby all of a sudden.
Wow. Wow. Cold-blooded, cold world.
Oh my God, not us coming to Mike. We're late.
He's so mad.
Better be the invisible man because it sure as shit ain't me.
Right?
I'm gonna promise you that.
Immaculate conception, anyone?
Not over here in these streets.
You know we love to bring
You're not trying to.
you
You're not trying to
know
get
we
me
love to
fucked
bring
up.
Jesus in.
Oh, every time. Oh, I love it.
Birdie's gonna have a little brother or sister.
He's just like, I'm not playing with you bitches.
Not at all. Y'all trying to get me fucked up.
Not
Don't
today.
break up a happy
Not
house.
today.
Don't break up a happy marriage.
Too good. Too
That would
good.
make
Oh,
us
man.
the problem. It's true. We would be the other women. We would be the mistresses. We would be the homewreckers.
And that's not our ministry.
No. Speaking of homewrecking, casually, just how's your relationship going? That's not a
What a terrible transition. Not at all.
I feel like that implies that I wrecked a home, which I did not.
so sorry.
But
No, of course you didn't.
all good.
No, of course you didn't. Yeah.
I'm gonna say something so gauche, so strap in. So it's good. Things are good. I genuinely every time I'm floored when I leave this man alone in my apartment. Like I genuinely cannot stop bragging about like every time I leave him alone, he elevates my space or like tidies up. It's nuts because he genuinely knows I'm not home enough to take care of my home. But I was dog sitting. And they live around the corner from where I live. And I was rushing to leave from their house and then go to work. And I was like, I need to stop home and give Andre his soft food. He's got dry food, but he always likes his soft food in the morning. So I got to go do that. And he was like, do you want me to do it? I was like, will you? And he goes, yeah. I went, oh my God. So he let himself in. And once he got inside, he was like, because he has a whole bunch of different flavors of soft food. So he was like, which flavor is his favorite right now? I was like, he really loves the tilapia and pumpkin in the broth. Like I was so excited. So
Not
he
him
like
feeding the baby. Not him feeding the baby.
and asked the options, like gave him the soft food. And then when I came home, he fed Andre. He changed his litter. Crazy work because I don't even like doing that shit.
Not the
Swept.
poop.
I know. Dishes. Did all my laundry and folded it. And then deep clean my composter.
Who is this angel that has come? Oh my gosh.
I know.
All the gross.
And all the gross. And fresh bottle of wine unopened sitting on my counter for me. All without asking. I walked in, I was like, are you serious? And I was on the phone with one of my guy friends. And there's something so special about having like straight guy friends because they'll say the most blunt, wild shit. And so I was like, oh my God, he deep cleaned my apartment. He was like, what? And so I did the list. I
You
listed
probably need to go put it on him.
Well, he said something even crazier. He literally
Just saying.
So I listed all the things that he did in my apartment, and my guy friend goes, that pussy must be crazy.
That was the second thing. But my wife is sitting right here. But I probably would have said that to you if we were one-on-one. She was sitting.
I mean, honestly, like we've already talked about how he is batting above his like he's way like just reaching for the sky already, and yet
Mm-hmm.
the sex must be incredible. You must be doing something magical to this man. And you tell him no all the time. Speaking of no, you do tell him no. Yeah.
I do tell him no. I was actually a demon to him that morning.
Demon. Again, welcome back to Christianity Corner.
Which is crazy. So that's why I was even more floored that he did all that, because I was like, I mean, granted, he did do something that pissed me off, but I immediately told him, I was like, hey, knock it the fuck off. And I got really mad. And he was like, you're right. I'm sorry. And like, we had a whole conversation about it. So I was like, I was kind of a bitch about something I didn't like. And then I came back and he still went above and beyond. I had to call him. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much.
Do you feel like, okay, I have so many questions. One is, like, part of me feels like these things that he's doing, these are the actions of a man in my book. Like, this is not a boy fucking around. And Mike, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. These are the actions of a man who understands like what it takes, you know, to really like be there for his woman.
It does seem that way because he's definitely, it's so astonishing. I'm very unfamiliar with this territory of nice, so I'm very uncomfortable, but loving it.
We all have our own trauma that we bring to the table.
Right. It's like, if you may take my damage on, here you are. So it's shocking to me, but it does feel like, yeah, like this is the behavior of someone that wants obviously to stick around and like show. Because he said in his mind, he's like, men like to figure out their value or like their purpose.
Yes.
For a woman's life. He's like, I was trying to figure out like, what is it that you need from me? He's like, I can't, he's like, 'cause I couldn't understand why you want me around. I was like, what? Which I thought was like kind of sad. I was like, what do you mean? But
because you're you, bud. Because you're being you, man. Yeah.
Exactly. It was like you. Yeah. But I think he like feels that he maybe also has to do things, which I realized that I always thought that like quality time is like my love language, but apparently acts of service is tip top now.
Listen, with a woman like your schedule, acts of service could move up quite quickly in your love language.
Correct. So yeah, so someone that's working very hard to help make my life easier is a gorgeous asset. And seeing it without me having to ask for it.
You're not asking for any of it. In fact, you're maybe even doing the opposite. You're like being a demon to him and he's like responding in kindness. Like
dark. It's weird for me.
I mean, listen, I'm also like, is my bar too low again? I got excited when a guy carried a case of water to my car from the Costco door. I'm like, oh, shoot.
I think what worked for her is she adjusted her perception of what she's looking for. She adjusted.
You did? Victoria
did. Yeah. Because when she first started with Whole Foods, I said, give the blue collar guy a chance. I said, the thing about a blue collar guy is he's going to work for it because he's already working for everything else. And I was like, give him a chance. And here we are. He's doing laundry, changing compost, dropping wine off. I think I might have hit it on the head there. But when you're already punching above your weight level, you're going to try hard. The other thing is he's trying to find his purpose in this situation. Same for me. I'm married to a very strong woman. Like, she likes to do things herself. She got it from her mom. Like, and so sometimes there's an adjustment period trying to figure out, well, why am I here? What do you need me for? And so I had to adjust where I fit in this situation. Because
and the value you provide.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she can do a lot of the other things that normal men would do. So it's
Right.
she doesn't need me to do those things. So where do I fill in there? And so I think he's adjusting well.
Yeah. And I think maybe also because like we both did adjustments of what I think to allow each other into one another's lives. Because I know for me, like if you remember early on, I was like, I like to schedule things out. My life is chaotic. When are you free? And he's like, I don't like to schedule. It's like, well, that's how you see me. And so now he like actually asks ahead of time. He's like, hey, when can I
He
see
had
you?
to
When are you
pivot.
free? So we like plan ahead. And then when he initially yeah. And then when he said after 11, I was like, fuck that. Guess who sees people after 11 now? This bitch. So,
Hookers.
And sometimes you need a guy who's be able to.
yeah.
Did you say hookers? Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard
Sorry.
that right. As I'm talking, you said hookers. Okay,
Sorry.
cool. No, you're
Sorry.
good. I just want to make sure
That's
I
who
heard that
sees
right.
people after 11.
You ain't wrong.
There's a little delay. I apologize.
And that's how we get a place cleaned without asking.
Yeah, yeah, but you both left room to adjust to each other, and I think that is a basis of a good relationship is your ability to adjust. Life is like that, and I've said that before. You're not. If I have crafted a perfect partner, no offense to Lucy, and I love her to death, she's not what I asked for, but she was what I needed. Right.
Gorgeous.
So it's
Yeah.
like, and so it's an adjustment. Like you're like, well, I have to leave room for her to be who she is, but and it's an adjustment for me, but she's got to leave room for me to be who I am, which can be an adjustment for her. So I love that you guys are adjusting to each other. I'm glad that he's adjusting. And then you're also adjusting to him and his personality. Like when you go hang out with his hood rat friends, I'm sure that's an adjustment for you.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Wait, okay, hold on. I have a question. What where do we stand? What are we calling each other? Because like you're moving into boyfriend territory.
Right. And we actually do still well, I say that we're dating, which I remember a while back he was like, we're dating. I was like, are we not to you? Um, but there's no title to anything. Like he actually still says like he'll be on the phone with people or like he'll be on the phone with me and talk to other people. And he's like, oh, and he'll say like different things. Sometimes he'll say like, oh, I'm talking to my friend. I'm with my friend. Other times he'll be like, my lady. So he says my lady or he calls me like Vivi. So it's like, oh, that's Vivi. But then with me, like when I'm on the phone and talk to different people while he's on the phone, while he's on the phone, like I was on the phone with him yesterday morning and my coworkers came in and they're like, oh, you're on the phone. I was like, yeah. They're like, who are you talking to? I was like, Whole Foods. And he goes, you call me Whole Foods to your coworkers? You asshole. I was like, that's how you're known.
It's a good nickname. Whole Foods is a good nickname because he filled your fridge with food. Remember when he filled your fridge with food and that solidified him? Because you met him at Whole Foods, but also he filled your fridge with food and that was solidified in my mind forever. I was like, oh, he's Whole Foods now forever.
Correct,
like I call him
yeah.
Whole Foods to his face. Like, yeah,
Right.
sometimes I know his name and I still call him the wrong name because I'm like, oh wait, that's not his name. What? I just know him as Whole Foods.
Yeah, no, it's like, but there's no titles. Yeah.
Are you seeking a title?
Weirdly, I'm not like fighting for it, which is also a weird feeling to have because I feel like I've always imagined like I need to lock in and be like,
Define.
oh, like what are we doing? Like let's name the thing. And I don't feel pressure for it because I think we both are like, oh, well, we're with each other. So like, do we need to do that? It's weird. I've literally never been this bitch.
Casual.
So I don't know who she is. Because usually, also maybe because I don't get to this step very often, where it's like we get to label it. Because usually they're gone.
Yeah, they've lost too many letters in their name in your phone as you like delete.
I hangmaned them. Yes.
Yeah, HOOPS to HOOP to HOO to HO, and it's just
yeah. Usually I don't have to get to the question of where are we because there ain't no we. You're gone.
Nobody ever makes it.
Usually I'm just like
he's dedicated.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm getting to the time where I'm like, when do I get to meet him? Oh, you're going to do a homie. Aren't you going to do like a homie hang?
Yeah.
And have to do. Mike is going to come and hang and like be like a gentle gateway entry into your friendships. Yeah. Make sure you can bring him around. Make sure he behaves. I think he's going to astound you. I think he cleans a kitty litter box. Like, come on. This
is true.
Keep it up, Whole Foods. We're so proud of you.
Yes. So good shit. But yeah, that.
That's good shit. Wait, okay. Then in all that, then I think we should probably like talk about our smiling faces moments for the week because technically your smiling faces moments kind of involve actually smiling and actually being happy if you're coming home to a clean house and wine. But
right.
But that's not what our smiling faces moments are about. What are you grinning and bearing it through?
Yeah. The grinning and bearing happened actually this morning because still doing the dog sitting and I had a very small window of time to go back to my apartment because all my self-tape stuff is there. I had a very specific audition I got yesterday that was due this morning at 11 a.m. They wanted me to just dance to a song. They're like, don't worry, just dance. And I had such a small window of time to do this before I then had to shower and go to work. So I maybe had 15 minutes to do this self-tape and then leave. And as I was doing the slate to like say my name and start off, Andre walked up and like stretched and was clawing into my arm, into my legs to like say hello. And so, but I was like, I don't have time to redo anything. So like the questions I had to answer, the slate, everything is me like actually slating as my cat is digging his nails into my leg. And I'm just like, hi, I'm Victoria Dunn. I'm reading for and just had to go with it as I was in immense pain.
They're going to watch that tape back and be like, what is it about her? She has that it factor. It's just tears.
Or this bitch is crazy. Pass.
From the pass.
Facts. Like, is that a single tear? Yeah.
That's a grinning and bearing it moment if I've ever heard. That's like literally you're just like, I don't know. We're doing this. Mike, what about you? What are you grinning and bearing it through this week?
I feel like I've been negative the last couple of weeks, so something positive for the grinning and bearing. Shout out to my goddaughter's flag football team. They won this week. Shut out the competition, rocking the shirt. So shout out to her. Love her.
Oh, that's not grinning and bearing through anything, but amazing.
Listen, man, I had enough negativity this week. I'm going to be positive about it.
You're tired of shitting on Birdie?
No, I always shit on Birdie because she's the reason.
My dog.
She's the reason. No.
She's the reason for the season of smiling faces. Grinning and bearing it.
Gorgeous. And you, Jess?
I'm grinning and bearing it through. I had a date on Wednesday night. It was because we know No Man's Summer has ended, as my brother, shout out to Brother Spike. My brother said, what happened to No Man's Summer? And I was like, summer's over, baby. And he goes, it didn't end. The summer solstice wasn't until last week.
It's fall now.
It's definitely fall.
It just started last week.
You're falling into some things.
Yeah. I was like, September 1st, Ugg boot flannel shirt season in Los Angeles. We don't really have seasons. So I just changed my wardrobe. I went on a date on Wednesday night. That's not the grinning and bearing it. That was lovely. It was a great date. But it started at 9:30 p.m. And I haven't slept since. Oh my God.
Mike's like, take your ass inside. 9:30 is crazy.
street lights. I was out past the street lights. It was a great time. I had so much fun. But my God, I didn't sleep that night because those of you who don't know, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning and I swim in the morning and I work out in the morning and then I go to work all day and then I come home and usually sleep by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Not on Wednesday. Wednesday, I was like, yeah, we can do 9:30. Sure. Went out, had a blast, went to a really cool place, had a good drink. And then I woke up 3 hours later and went to work. It was like, and then I had the 5:30 a.m. flight this morning. So that means airport by 4:30. And I am so tired. Not new dog, Birdie making my life miserable tired. Just like probably could use a good 12 hours of sleeping, which I never get. So
12 in this economy? Who gets that?
6.
I wish. 12. Shit.
I had this lady tell me
she's living the lap of luxury at this point.
6 whole hours the other night. Yeah. This lady, she goes, I slept 6 whole hours the other night. I was like, 6? That's not enough. And she goes, well, that's the most I can go without peeing.
Oh my God.
she was just, she had
honestly
to pee. Oh gosh. Okay.
I get it. Listen. Iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm hoping that you guys are all getting some sleep. I also hope that you're following us on our social medias. You also have to go see Victoria's show. Next show is November.
Yes, it'll be November 1st at the Broadwater Theater. Come see the Idris Elbas and the Regina Kings do improv and a stand-up comedian at 7 p.m.-ish. Pay what you can.
CP time.
Yeah. CP time.
7 p.m.-ish. I want you guys to follow us on our social medias. You've got to come over to Instagram. You've got to like, subscribe, review. If you've got 5 stars to give us, you can find us on Instagram at smilingfaces_series. You can find us on TikTok, same thing, at smilingfaces_series. You can find us on Facebook at Smiling Faces Series, no underscore. And then, of course, we are on YouTube, www.smiling Faces Series. And please do make sure you follow and subscribe to us on YouTube, because you're going to be able to start to watch the whole episode on YouTube, video and all.
Yes, see our faces, but also swing by our official website. It's smilingfacesseries.com. There you can sign up for the newsletter and get the latest and greatest tea on Smiling Faces. Shout out to our fiscal sponsor, Inclusivity Media, and our producers, Mike Bryant and Defiantly Me Productions.
How's this sound on my microphone? Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew.
Sounds horrible.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy weekend.